to you about one other thing, that some of our value statements we're going to be introducing. This year, it's been no surprise, we have been focused very hard on the administrative structure and overhauling the administrative structure here at Fleming. And part of that administrative structure is dealing with casting vision. This is usually led by the pastors of a church. And in this case, I'm leading these out, and I'm going to ask you to adopt these. This will not be the only time you hear these things. We're going to be talking about these things. You'll be hearing about them in services. You'll see them on videos to come. But there's 7 value statements that I would like for us to consider that we would put in place. They're things that you've already heard, we've already introduced, and definitely are biblically based. These are things that I believe will help us to accomplish the mission that God has for us and the vision that He's placing on the hearts of leadership here at Fleming Baptist Church to move us from survive to thrive. Value statement number 1, we give God the glory. In everything we do, we want to make sure that we give God the glory. We never want to take the credit for anything in and of ourselves. Our leaders are modeling this behavior for you. And when you're out in the community, remember this, we give God the glory. He's honored by it, He's blessed by it, and He deserves it. A second thing, we're good stewards here at Fleming. We want to take care of the people that God sends. We look at them as investments into the ministry that God has given us at this time. I believe God's going to continue to draw people in, but we have to be ready, and we have to meet the needs of our community as God opens the doors. Things like our clothing closet, things like our buildings, things like our van. These are all projects and opportunities for us to be good stewards of what God is calling us and blessing us with. They're tools in the belt, but every good tool must be kept up. And so we need to be good stewards of what God gives us. This also is in the area of financials. Our financial breakdown, our budget, our projects, our offerings, and definitely our tithes. We need to be good stewards of what God gives us. A third thing I'd like to talk to you about, we support vision. We support that God gives vision. He places on the hearts of the leadership for us to know what to do and what He has for us to do. That's how we arrived at all of this, is through prayers. I covered your prayers for our leadership here at the church. And that's not just the pastors, that's people on committees and teams. And that's also hearing from you. And we put these things together, and God allows us to know what it is that He has for us, and we push forward. But we support vision. You may have a difference of opinion on the order that we were talking about with the priority list, but by all means, we believe they all have to be done. And so let's get in there and do them together. And together, I believe God is going to bless this. A fourth statement I'd like to throw out to you is that we strive to reach people. We're in the people business. We strive to serve God and to please Him, but one of the main ways that we do that is we reach people for the kingdom through the gospel. And there's various ways that God's going to put in front of us, various opportunities. I believe in divine appointment. I believe God will give us those opportunities. But remember, we strive to reach people. When you're here on Sundays, if you're in person or if you're in Sunday school or in our worship services, if you're able, make sure you greet those who are new around you. Go by and let them know that it's important. And by the way, if you're watching this and you're not a member, you're checking out the church, or either you're a guest here, or either you're online and you just kind of like being a part of this, we value you. I want you to know that. We're thankful that you come. We would love for you to check this church out and be a part of the things that are going on here. We want to strive to reach people. Number 5, we're not afraid of creativity. Quite frankly, we're looking at various opportunities. Our Sunday night program that we're about to jump into, we need to understand that creativity needs to be a part of the way that we glorify God and reach people. I believe that we can break an old adage that's been said for years, that 10% of the people do 100% of the work in a church. And I've heard some variations on that. But the truth of it is, we believe we can break that barrier down. And so far, God is blessing us to be able to do that, because we have a high percentage of people who are in attendance who are part of the ministries here. And I'm very grateful to you stepping up to the call that God has placed on you. Some people are going to be in drama. Some people are going to be in a choir. Some people are going to be a part of Bryan County ministry. Some people are going to hand out skates. Some people are going to work in the kitchen. Some people are going to help clean the church. Some people will work in the nursery. There's so many things that need to go on around here. Our buildings and grounds team work tirelessly helping keep these facilities. And you need to pray about what God has for you. But we're not afraid of creativity around here. We thank God for giving us the ability to be creative for His glory. A sixth, we value each other. The more we value each other, the kinder we'll be to each other. The more we value each other, the more excited we'll be at our times of fellowship. The more we value each other, the more I believe we'll get together and we'll do the work of the kingdom. We value each other. And that leads into the seventh and final of those vision statements. And you've heard this a million times. We're better together than we are separate. We are better together. We can accomplish more for Christ. This video's got a lot of information to it. So thank you for watching this. Please feel free to send it. Please share it. Please make sure you've watched it, and if need be, over and over again. But whatever you do, let's glorify our King and let's serve Him together. May God bless you.